Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna cover how NRG s0m plays Sova in Ascent.
Sova on this map is fun as fuck to play.
I just want to give a little disclaimer that Ascent is out a very long time and Sova is played in this map for a very long time too. So there are millions of lineups. In this video I'm just gonna cover how NRG s0m plays this map, which lineups he uses, and I will add a couple more extra lineups based on the position he plays. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's start with defense. In defense, in pistol, you have two options. Either you buy 2 shock darts and armor, or 2 shock darts and ghost. I recommend you to go to the classic and armor and 2 shock darts, because its armor is so important in pistol rounds, and you also have shock darts that chip damage to make your classic one-shot headshot too. So how are you gonna play this be? So you usually gonna be pair up with Killjoy, and if there's a Killjoy turret here, you can use your shock dart to get a chip damage in based on when the turret starts shooting. The one thing very important though, you don't want to use your dart immediately in B, especially if you have a high pen gun. You can start spamming, and after maybe if you still think is an issue, you can use your drone to clear this, because your dart is very valuable, especially when you're playing on B, because if they're gonna rush to you, you're gonna go backside and try to land this kind of dart to get a spam kills or help your team to spam through the market and CT.
Oh, he missed it. I'm smoking, man.
Shock dart.
Two outside B main.
Revealing area.
Oh, good car.
Shock dart.
Someone do that.
Wait, why are you mollying?
Oh no.
Do you need smoke or no?
Watch.
Nice!
As a Sova, you start B, you do your chip damage, you get your info, and immediately if they're still pushing you, you have to go to backside. Why are we going to backside? You're going to backside to be annoying, hard to deal with. Your job is to buy as much time to people to rotate and come help you. And every second you buy is crucial, because they have to deal with you and also deal with the rotations at the same time. So that's why, and Sova's kit fits to that role perfectly in this map.
Revealing area.
Go say market plot.
30 seconds left.
No.
Lane on me.
Spike down B.
Blood lane too.
So after you condition enemies to, if they want to come B, you are very hard to deal with. I mean, you start pushing enemies towards mid and A. So since your default position is around here, you need some lineups from these positions to help your team. So one of the lineups, if they're rushing A, you can come to this corner, aim just about to this roof, one bounce, full charge,
Area.
and send this to help your team towards A. It lands very fast, and it lands behind them if they're in the side. It can help your team to fight. If you're here, and if you people need help or information towards mid, you can drop down, aim right next to this window,
Scanning ahead.
and send this here to get info, and also people from mid get a spam kills if they're smoked. And third one, the very common one, to help your team on A, aim just edge of to this
Ahead.
roof here and send that dart to help A. And if they're shooting that dart, you can spice it up by different. With your hot diamonds, you can adjust like that
Revealing area.
and send this. It's gonna land different spot to hit on this cannon, and you can spice it up, change it up. basically. And last one, some does it a lot. If you're rotating already and your team needs the help, you need to find this dart here with the little chip inline in it. So you have to aim to that, and when you're running,
Scanning ahead.
you throw that dart. It takes a little practice. It lands on the side, so if you're a little bit more forward around here, it will land on the wall.
Right here.
Based on that, wherever you are, it will land a little bit shy. So it's not pixel perfect, so it's on the fly, but it works. It lands A every time and help your team to fight.
What is happening?
No. He dies.
Oh, he's
Scanning
dead as
ahead.
hell, boy.
Dart incoming.
If you're playing towards market, you can play market as Sova too, but you need to learn a couple lineups here too. And if they're rushing B, you need to come here and aim right there and send this dart. Lands behind them, and you can also, because you're most likely gonna get smoked here, to find some spam kills. Other thing that if you're playing mid, this is the spot that 2 lineups you should do. When you aim right here, this is gonna land help on your team on A, similar fashion. That are rotate darts, land on that wall. And if you need mid information, same spot between these 2 signs and balcony, whatever,
Scanning ahead.
and it's gonna land here and give you a bunch of info, also spams. So when you're playing Sova on this map, you will find yourself a lot of times rotating to A and retaking the A. So if you find yourself early here and the plan hasn't come down, you can come around this spot and find the cloud again. This is the cloud with the intent, little left of it, and just send it. This will land perfectly on the planter. But if you're here, you find the first window and middle of it, and you can send this to land on the planter too. And the second thing is that your recon darts, if you have Odin, high pan,
Revealing.
you wanna use something like that to, if you have Odin and if you get close, crouch, you can spam this. And if your team getting out of the tree, you wanna use this kind of dart
Scanning ahead.
to scan the whole site to help them more and give enemies the extra thing to shoot before they come out. The other most common shock darts that everybody knows,
Shock dart.
this is shock dart goes to hell. You can combine that first shock dart,
Shock dart.
then recon dart if you want to spam hell,
Scanning ahead.
because it's the most common positions of attackers to play. But the most important thing about this map is that you have to make this jump to gen. So you have to be comfortable with this jump. It might win you out of rounds on retaking, because when you jump to gen, you will cut line of sight from hell, and when you jump here, that you can see their feet and shoot them through the wall bank here too. And also whoever plays gen, you can catch them by surprise too.
Shock dart.
Spike planted.
Scanning ahead.
30 seconds left.
for plant?
Yeah.
Okay,
Want me to hold on tap?
Grenade out.
do it.
Shock dart.
On. Smoking man.
Revealing
Spike
area.
planted.
KJ might be late cat. We haven't seen
Jenny,
him.
Jenny.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Last one came out.
Haha.
Yeah, man. Very good.
Nice. Oh my god, Aiden, we cooking. Before we move on to ultimates, what you're gonna do, let's talk about a little bit other position you play. You might find yourself play. This is the tree area, garden area. You usually play as a Sova. If they smoke you off, this dart is huge. That's really hard to shoot and scans all of the garden. And if you have to help A, you just have to aim towards this and just jump through. It's gonna land on the wall. And if you wanna re-clear A main, you can find a little bit gap between these two and
Revealing area.
double bounce and send it. It's gonna land here and it's gonna clear all of these except wine.
Could be up your.
Scanning a gun here. There they are.
Oh, we got a
Right
bogey,
here.
AFK.
That's a crazy dart.
Yeah, but I'm kind of
On baby?
So let's talk about the ultimates. Ultimates usually some prefers to ult A because we're a straight line, and there's a couple lineups for it. The one is this: you align this hotbar with this building here,
Scanning
middle
ahead.
of it, and you send it. Lands here, and there's only they can hide behind this, and you can start ulting. Other thing that you can do, you come here and aim to this watchtower to the right of it,
Revealing area.
and it's gonna land here a little bit back, and you can ult on the scan too. But if you are going B, that you have to always find these lines, find these rectangle lines. So from here, look at this line. You can ult all B main
Ult is ready.
from here based on the info of your teammates. And other location that gives you a lot of kills is middle, because in middle you can create those two lines towards A and B at the same time. So this line and this line here. So there's a couple things you can do to A if you wanna ult this line, and if you have info they're getting, you can just send this kind of dart, and it's gonna land perfectly on this wall and scan all I mean. If you don't want to use your ulti blindly based on just footsteps, you can use this dart. If you want, and if you wanna help side, you can do something to align this roof thingy with this and just and just jump throw. It's gonna land very hard to spot when land behind them, and you can ult based on that too.
B again. Can you smoke this?
Right here.
You should run.
Sleep, brother.
One enemy remaining.
Hit Brady, hit Brady, hit Brady.
Right here.
Okay, now let's move on to attack. And while we're talking about ultimates, let's start with ultimates. You will see a lot of professional players, when they have ult, they want to use it immediately, win the rounds, build the advantage, build the economic advantage, make the rounds easier for you. So some does 2 rush ultis, depends on the situation he reads. There's a B rush ulti and A rush ulti. For B rush ulti, he does these 2 darts, one land here, and if he gets a scan, he starts ulting. And when you start ulting, you make sure at least span the 1 wave ult
Right here.
to this line, because if there's a killjoy or cypher, most likely there's a trip, something molly, it's there. And then if you see anything else, if you don't get any pings, if you're ulting, make sure you ulting market and backside, because that's the other most common position of defenders.
Who's that?
Oh. Let's rush B, let's rush B. I'm all...
Gotta go.
Revealing area. I am the hunter.
Cypher here.
He's backside.
Smoking CT.
Placing
Smoking
Back
back. Flashing side.
Got him.
No more secrets.
I'm blind.
Stop.
Side.
Lane.
So on A, you see this cannon? He darts to this cannon,
Moving ahead.
and based on that info he can start ulting. So you need to understand as a Sova player that no information is also information. So if this dart doesn't get shot or doesn't get any scans, so there's 3 places people can hide from: behind the gen, behind the dice, hell, yeah, let's give it to this too. So what you do want to do is that after you dart here, and if you want to rush A,
Revealing area.
after you dart this, you want to start ulting, and if there's no scan, you ult these spots to make sure. And also, if Cypher plays here or Killjoy plays here, your ulti also breaks that utilities to make your life easier. Even though you don't get any kills, it makes the rush and attack so much easier with your ult.
Existing in 9 months.
Placing swarm.
Scanning
grenade.
ahead.
Placing swarm. grenade.
I am the hunter.
Nice.
When you're attacking B as Sova, there's multiple darts depending on the situation. If someone spamming you through the wall, you can use darts like this
Ahead.
to kill the spammer.
Revealing area.
Because while they're shooting the wall, they can shoot the dart, you can highlight them and hit them with the sheriffs or any other high penetration weapons. So, and this is the most common side dart that people use. So, but the issue is that with the Sova, when you're attacking, your dart cannot clear everything. Therefore, you need to invest in your drone and shock darts to help your team to get in the side. So after you use this dart, you clearing that no one stairs. They push the back boat house if you get scanned. So you have to use the drone to clear angles that your dart did not clear, such these important positions people play and you get punished by a lot. So, and your shock darts have to destroy the enemy sentinel utility, and you have to invest in your utility when you play Sova on Ascent, because you're not going in first when you're attacking.
1, 2. It's not me. I'm a mortal 1.
Revealing area. There they are.
I think at him.
As a Sova post plants, you plant the bomb. There's 2 positions you need to be in. One B main, the other one is boat house. Because your life is valuable in post plant, because your dart is huge on this map due to paper thin walls. So if you're B main, you most likely get smoked, and don't use your dart immediately when you get smoked. Wait for other utility enemies across, and they around here. So when they have a perfect timing for that, the darts like this will land behind them, and they will be hard to shoot. And people on the boathouse can spam, and you also can spam through the smoke. And if you're boathouse, same mentality as defense, you can shoot darts like this and help your team to hold the site and make enemies harder to retake. When you're attacking A, there's multiple darts on multiple situations. If you're getting hard time to control A main, someone picking you, they're using one ways and everything. If you want to bypass that, you can come to this spot, middle of this 2 pillars, just middle of it. Aim just above this black line, and you dart here. It's gonna land here, and it will stop the pushes, and you will get aware of it, so you can cross the one way. Or when you do this drone, if you get knifed or mollied, also if you cannot do that drone. So there's a couple darts as we discussed about ultimate. The cannon dart, there's a couple side darts. This one you can spice it up with this one. That first one lands in the back, this one lands in here. And if you find yourself with your team, you want to up this blue to gray line, because you want to scan behind and behind the dice if you can. But again, as the same as B, your dart cannot get everything. Therefore, if you can pass A main, your drone is super important, and you need to invest in it. And your drone padding is the most important on this side. Look at this drone padding, and you need to replicate this. Check right, check left, come to gen, hold space, get out of the gen, clear these 2 back, and you can also see the hell players too. But if you do regular Sova drone, that the Sova players that didn't watch this video, you will do something like this, and you will waste an information about a lot of people on the side. They can hide from it. On post plants on A, you have 2 spots, one A main, and some likes to play dice a lot due to this spot location of dart. That spot is so important to dart, because when enemies start pushing, it lands behind them, and they have to 180 to kill that dart, and it usually gets a scan, and people on health can spam this due to paper thin walls on this map. So in order to do this dart, you can hide like this, like cut line of sight from heaven, and you can shoot that dart and it will scan whole heaven, and people can spam. If you find yourself on a main, let's say you're 1 off ult, you want to just try to get 1 spam kill and use your ult for post plant, you need to ping those locations before you get smoked, because you most likely get smoked, and you can use the same dart here too, like we throw from dice from here, and you need to ping them, so you can see them before when the smoke lands on your face, and use this kind of darts.
Right here.
Reloading.
2 heaven, jet, Sova.
That's not broken.
Also heaven, all 3 are heaven.
Reloading. Refreshing.
Mid on Ascent is very important if you cannot get to the choke points of B on A, so you have to go through mid. So there's a couple darts you need to know. The one of them some likes to use. Let's look at this cable here, just under it, and double bounce, full charge. So it's gonna land on here, and we'll clear all we call mid first, So the name of this that mid 1, mid 2, and mid 3. So it clears all mid first, so you can go through this. If you're starting from here, so you see this clouds, you just one bounce, jump throw, it will land. You see the mentality, one lands here, one hand here, clears all of this. So in mid you can use darts like this to gain space. And one last thing about mid, that usually there's chamber trip, killjoy, the alarm bot. To destroy that, you can come here, aim just between these two intersects, and double bounce, full charge. It's gonna land right in the middle and destroy it. If you don't want to do that, if you start from here, you can just do something like that to destroy it too.
Scanning ahead.
I can have.
They one way and they use knife red.
Oh, I got
Deploying
go cat,
drone.
go cat, go cat.
Okay, come.
Can I jump to that hoe?
I know we bought.
You jump mid, Bulldog?
Oh,
Giovanni?
Smoke mid 3 after like 4 seconds. After my dart lands.
Got you. What are we doing?
Scanning ahead.
Mace load.
Oh, they still bad.
If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It helps me a lot. And have a wonderful day. Bye.